In chat, are you ready for some randomizer after dark on this Sunday night?
Yes.
Will, you're not in chat. You could be, though. Okay, it's not going to be rando after dark, but we're playing cross keys, and you got the pair of Leaf and PH, and you know that's going to be spicy.
Yeah, I got some spicy Group W action here. Both of these runners at 1-0 already, so this will be for an early lead in the group stage here.
Yeah, these are two of the cross keys stalwarts that you might see just playing around a lot. Leaf and I play all the time, but PH I've seen picking up the Madame's Monday Machinations, whether he's playing them live or he's picking them up as async. He always seems to be there. Leaf and I. Well, Leaf discovering Ganon pretty early. That's a breath of fresh air, honestly, instead of having Ganon in the tree or waiting behind the pyramid. Leaf and I have been playing cross keys together for a very long time. Nice mirror. Sorry, Sphere 1 mirror? Oh, that's going to be one of those seats.
Yeah, well, that's nice to see before you ever find your first connector into the Dark World. Nice to see in your, I guess, second entrance that you've checked to the game, but hopefully Leaf goes east here soon and picks that up as well.
It also kind of depends how soon we're going to see, anything that goes to Dark World. You see PH going through Fairy Ascension here. This might actually put us out like somewhere fun, like Bumper, TR Bridge, Furling Island, or even Race Game. They're all places that your first connector could take you, and the mirror is going to make you a little more inclined to go through.
Yeah, it does incentivize that early connector checking a little bit more. Leaf was setting up there for I think that was a tier 3. Just getting arrows from it, though, so no super early free resources.
Well, Fairy Ascension didn't take us very far, because we got pushed out at Eastern.
That's pretty funny, and
it's par for the course, really. Well, that Bombos Medallion immediately becomes interesting with Ice Palace there.
Sometimes I think this game just has a funny way of punishing you for making mistakes. Like if you start following connectors a little too early, the game's like, no, I don't like that. You're gonna have to feel bad about this one. Sorry.
Leaf, are you trying to get shot? What are you trying to do? Why? They want to reset the room, get more bombs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see PH do similar when he finds Laser Bridge here. I'm sorry, this is Laser Eye Wall. This is the shooting gallery, we like to say, or the firing squad.
Yeah, but it can be a little bit tedious, but if you know the setup, it's a free bomb, which at this point in the seed, this is first bomb for both of them.
Free bomb is free bomb. So this year, the main tournament typically had a qualifier stage that cut down to 128 in group stages, and then you have a lower ranks tournament. This year, we only had, I believe, 111 participants that qualified for group stages. So we have, a bunch of groups, anywhere from 3 to 4 people. So this is Group W?
Yes.
I believe it has 4 people in it.
It does.
It's like Avenue Q, yeah, all the way from A to double K. No, we haven't been that big, luckily. Not since the 512. Is it 112? I thought it was 100. It was some number between 100 and 128.
Yeah, it's something somewhere around that number. I think there's one group of 3 and everything else is 4. So they got it pretty balanced. And then I don't know. I believe that they're going to just... I'm not going to speak to... I don't know what exactly they're going to do, whether it's going to be a racket of 64 or they're going to do something with buys. I'm sure someone in chat knows. So I won't spread misinformation on that by guessing.
We'll let the tournament organizers let you know what's going on. What, you don't got the money. You need $4 more. Well, nice sick kid.
This has not been a friendly early resource seed.
Yeah, parts, we got arrows, we got like nothing. Hi, Thieves Town.
We got Thieves Town. So that's a few. We had this, we had Swamp, and we had the TR entrance, all in the CAC area here so far. So a pretty dungeon-heavy Kakariko area.
Thieves Town's one of those places I like to find early because I'm looking forward to seeing what I can get out of it. It's usually pretty easy to death warp out. It's also pretty easy to prematurely death warp if you have like what that Zazek just tried to do and give us a hug from behind.
Yeah, it's both a benefit and a curse that all the enemies in here seem to do 2 hearts of damage. At least all the ones with really random movement patterns.
Yeah, I like when the red Zazek just comes. You can't see him when he's under like some of these bridges here. It just comes out of nowhere and just snipes you. Mm-hmm. I've experienced that in some pretty funny ways, actually. That's a clever use of a bomb. Oh, we have a sword. Okay.
Yep, we do have a sword here up in Blind's Hut. Was this actually a vanilla entrance? I know we were up in North CAC.
It's at the right whistleblower house. Or Karen, depending on how much you enjoy or do not enjoy being the manager. Yep.
Yep, okay.
So divergence in Kakariko. Leaf going south, PH going north. That mirror could be really fun in just a moment here. And we do have tracker capturing tonight. We don't have any dedicated trackers, so the runner's trackers are there. And you might have seen Leaf's cursor just kind of pop over the hammer for a second. They're tracking that on their map, so they know it's there for later.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting that we have kind of this split of information between the 2 runners, with PH holding that mirror and Leaf now knowing that mirror in a Dark World, like your Dark World access gets you a hammer. But not having, it'll be interesting to see who gets the full information there first, and or if PH just gets spit out in the Dark World and just blind checks it and gets the surprise hammer out for his troubles.
And then we have Johnny here too, to give us some more goodies. Hopefully Hype Cave has the hype tonight. And I would say a sword is immediate hype. This early game, you're happy to see the money too.
Yeah, it solves the resource issue that had been a problem there for a while. And definitely being at Master Sword at 7 minutes in is nice to have.
So fun and interesting right off the bat. We have 2 swords and a book. We have the mirror. If we find any way to the mountain without, any way to the mountain really, then you're going to be able to mirror up and go to Ether Tablet early here.
Yeah.
I say any, not really.
Well,
okay, game.
What if you found a way up to the mountain?
Wow, we found a way up to the mountain. It's in logic even, because we had the lamp this early. It's almost like the game wants you to go to the mountain. What do you think, Will?
I think we should go to the mountain.
I love going to the
mountain. Looks like PH is going to the mountain.
Early mountain.
The only downside,
so cross keys.
The only downside, 3 hearts and those boulders and those dead rocks are both real stupid sometimes. So
I'm going to say the DMD door is actually a great spot to get pushed out.
We're going to
get hit once or twice here.
Options.
Oh my god, the boots are just for free.
Good news is that those are pretty much on the path for Leaf as well, so I think they will.
Yeah,
they should be following pretty much the same pattern or same path here as PH, and get those boots here shortly as well.
Based on what we've seen Leaf do already, I would be hard pressed to believe at any instant that Leaf's not going to go up the mountain when they see the rescue.
Yeah, especially kind of there at the Lumberjack house. You're already kind of at the end of a natural route there anyway, so it makes even more sense.
You see, GFE, we're playing this hot new mode called Cross Keys. It takes all the doors that are between either world and kind of connects them together in some kind of mishmash kind of way. And also, all of your dungeon items are shuffled around. It's a really complex mode that takes a little bit of getting used to and is really hard for some people to understand.
Yeah,
I still don't know what I'm doing. I've been playing it for 5 years. Excuse me, why is Tower of Hera on the mountain?
We've run out of creative ideas, that's why.
Well, what do you want us to do? Play overworld tile swap? Ahem. In all honesty, I think more people need to play Atomizer. Just not
Atomizer,
Logical Atomizer. Logical Atomizer feels bad.
Atomizer as a viewer is like top tier watching for me at all times. I will always watch an Atomizer race because no matter who is playing, no matter what, something interesting is going to happen. Do I love to play Atomizer? Well, it depends. But watch it, yeah, hell yeah.
We'll see if not having that mirror actually does anything bad to Leaf here with the Ether Tablet and the Hera entrance that PH can get that they cannot.
That $20 isn't too bad.
Uh-oh. Spiral Cave. All right.
Well, that's.
I mean, you have. It's not Resident Sleeper Cave tonight. You got the boots.
Yeah, I think PH was wanting to use Mirror to route in the Flute 1 spot here as well. Oh, no, we're going. Okay, I see what we're doing here.
Yeah, we're going to do the drop down. Then we're going to take the portal and drop down. And then probably mirror back for Flute 1.
Yeah. I think this was a couple of extra mirror transitions, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, I see. We're skipping. Okay, we're skipping Spike Cave and the other entrance that I can't remember the name of.
It's the I just call it the Dark Death Mountain Ferry because you call it exactly what it is on the tin.
Yeah, that's fair. There's like the spoiler name for it, and it's I can't remember if that's the one that's five words long or if it's something else, but I don't know. Hey, Spiral Cave has a piece of heart, so unless this connector is useful, then Leaf's not going to get any sort of early punish.
Just remember, we've seen where the hammer is. PH is not. Oh, he's just going to get... Okay. Fine, game. Fine.
Yeah. Well, that is what we would call a not particularly useful connector, so...
I like to look at Spiral Cave as being like a terminus item cave a lot of the time anyway. Because more often than not, you found the exit before you've actually found the top. And it tends to be in a pretty gnarly spot. Like, sometimes you find it at King's Tomb looking for something else, or you end up going into Eastern Palace and, oh, there it is.
I hate making the Spiral Cave decision in cross keys. Oh, look, it's GT. Down at Mini Moldrum Cave.
I think it's worse when you're going through, like, Kakariko. You have 6 connectors. Nice early Swamp Small. We've got the dam pulled. We don't have flippers just yet. That could change, though.
Mm-hmm. And we've got...
Oh!
We've got a hook shot. And I was going to say we've got, Dark World access for a hammer, but that's... well, that's just the full kit once we find the flippers.
Again, Leaf not having that mirror means they're going to use these two as a terminus. And PH wants some money. We're thinking Zora. Oh, there's the potion shop. Okay.
Well, that'll get you Zora money.
That's 500.
Blue mail is the flooded item with mirror already in hand. See no problem with picking that up.
I'm going to go ahead and... I'm actually kind of surprised. Leaf is known to be a Houlihan starter. At least when we play co-op, that's literally the only thing they do. Obviously, this is 1v1, so I'm kind of surprised to see them not start at Link's house and just go up and get the free 225 here, the knowledge of this entrance and that drop-down, which we have not seen the well yet.
No, we have not. We haven't checked... We've still got, 3 drops unknown with GT and the 2 North Light World ones.
Lumi, I know you have 3 hearts and you don't have a mirror. I'm still grabbing that armor upgrade, friend. I don't know what you're doing, but it's spicy. We're not picking that up. There's the well. And... well...
Yes,
vanilla bombs.
Okay, that was a collection of items.
I'm gonna call
There's
that
a cape on the
dismal.
ledge. Yeah.
Oh, please be careful, Leaf. Oh, it's Fairy Ascension. Goodbye forever, Desert Entrance.
I have a feeling Leaf isn't doing the bomb jump here.
You know, if you picked up the armor upgrade, you could. And no, chat, Leaf doesn't know how to hover. Actually, does PH know how to hover? I forget if that's something that's in his repertoire. Okay. Fun and interesting Skullwood's big key. This could be a fun connector here. You know, I'm calling that a fun connector with knowledge of the mirror.
Yeah. Leaf back at Sync start here, so they're still not going to see. They're still not going to get over to the East Light World and get that mirror.
They're going to go directly to Sick Kid that was south of Kakariko here, though. I hate missing that dash cancel. Oh, there's the Moon Pearl. Well, that's cute.
Yeah, it looks like PH is going to see the Smith. Okay, did he ever actually get back and do these entrances earlier?
Nope, he went out north. He's just doing that for the first time now. We have Pendant Turtle Rock, Will.
Yeah, well, got a Pendant Turtle Rock. PH just gets his Moon Pearl as well.
So I'm intrigued. We're going in. I'm assuming this is going to be just Chain Chomp. No, we're going to burn a key. That's fine. You only need 2 keys from the middle, and there's 4 in the pool.
Yeah. With Master Sword, this isn't too bad to do. You have to be a little careful, but...
yeah, just don't get shot, is what I'll say. Watch out for the skulls, too. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Leaf just bombed them. They died to a bomb. You know what taught me that? Atomizer.
Alright, you don't want to let it get away.
And now it's going to be a little off the rails here for a second. Get the magic. There you go.
This room is so much fun to do when in cross keys, especially because you just have to be prepared for any kind of situation, and there's a lot of really jank situations that you can end up trying to kill that Pokey on, so you can get your 3 bombs out of lava chest.
Burna only half a magic meter. Been there, done it. It's not good. That's like having to use Fighter Sword for Trinex.
If you've ever tried killing them with just a regular unupgraded bow, that's a hoot and a holler too. Let me tell you.
Hey, some people are really good at using the bow. Yeah, Chain Chomps, play nice. Play nice. Oh, Mountain Spawns Ganon's Tower. Okay. That's actually all of Death Mountain access for PH.
I was going to say, that's really useful for PH now with Pearl and Mirror.
Yeah, he can do everything both sides of Mountain basically now, except for obvious TR Bridge and TR Entry.
Leaf. Just going to save and quit here. They got to try and get over to the 2 west or East Dark Mountain, Dark Death Mountain checks.
Time to play the inverted player's favorite game, Dodge the Lionel. Congratulations, you win. PH has a little help here. He's kind of got the hook shot for some iframe action. Do not hug the Lionel. Dodge the Lionel, please.
That was a little stressful in its own way. But you get CT1 as a reward. Hooray, I guess.
Bombos intensifies, apparently, with the TR entrance asking for it. We're a little bit away from thinking about the TR entrance, though.
As I say, we're a couple gloves away. There's our second visible shield of this seed.
Right, this is probably Eastern. No? Oh, we're going to check this entrance first. It's a one-way spiral cave, and it will probably be hanging out on the back of our mind for a little while, despite, having nothing. Oh, the back of the mountain spawn is just over here anyway, so, I mean...
Okay, well, if there is anything interesting... Yeah, I was going to say, not having the mirror for that getting spit out at the back entrance of TR isn't going to hurt Leaf here. Because as soon as they check the back of Old Man Start, they'll end up over here and get all these entrances.
So, interestingly enough, I have to feel like Leaf's going to go through Fairy Ascension just because they have knowledge of that hammer. And they'll probably face the same fate that PH had, where Fairy Ascension kind of just goes next door, effectively.
Yep.
Now, they're going to have one thing that PH could not do. We saw the Brothers connector down on the bottom right at Flute 5 entry, and we have both the boots and the bombs now to be able to get in.
That's a good point. That could be our route into the Dark World here.
So could this, though. And in fact, this just takes us to the top of the mountain again. But this allows PH to just drop down and get the top of Spiral.
Yeah, it's an extra entrance. It's not particularly useful, but it's good to have out of the way.
Listen, it may be an entrance, but $20 is there for the taking if you want it.
And Leaf, sure enough, did get the hee-haw from Fairy Ascension.
It's the haha funny joke. Now, actually, I've got to ask, did we see PH do this entrance?
No, I don't think he did come back for Saha entrance, but just being a shop there, it's not going to hurt him, and he'll probably pick it up whenever he gets to pod area, I would have to think.
Yeah, that should be fine. Now, if Leaf finds access to this hammer before finding that GT at Mini Moldorm Cave, the GT is going to be a fun play to make.
Yeah. Only downside is that you don't have any keys for it, so you're going to have to skip the map chest on your first pass through there, unless.
Right, here's our intended Dark World is right up here.
Yeah, so not having that bomb there at the very beginning, kind of unfortunate for PH because he's had the mirror for longer and knows about the hammer, has the Moon Pearl, but still going to be second into the Dark World here.
That's assuming he doesn't try to clean up the rest of his bases, too, but I think he's actually going to go clean up this, because these entrances at Sphere 1 are really going to burn a hole in your pocket the longer you sit on them.
Yeah, and I'm sure in PH's mind he's thinking, oh, well, I'm such a dummy for following Fairy Ascension there at the first opportunity. If I had just kept checking entrances, I would have saved time and picked up Saha, but little does he know his opponent made the exact same play. It's just the psychology of rando. Always assume your opponent made the correct play and that you made the wrong play.
It's almost got that defeatist kind of ting to it, though. I don't want to think about that. I mean, I just noticed that we got both the map and the big key to Skullwoods here at Uncle earlier, and well, now they're relevant in a way.
That is true.
Right, PH is going to do the same thing here, and I believe both runners now know about the hammer. They'll probably just route their way down.
Yeah. I mean, now that they have that Skullwoods big, I think you'd probably do route that in. Leaf combining this with their two drop checks up here, so getting a bunch of items for it, but nothing other than the Skullwoods big that's particularly noteworthy.
Yeah, kind of not really putting them in check parity, because obviously PH is down the top of the mountain, and a couple things on East Mountain that Leaf knows how to get to in other ways. But there wasn't really anything that PH earned that Leaf will be missing out on necessarily.
Right. And we'll probably see them actually making their way through West Dark World here pretty much in lockstep. Curious what happened there with PH in that mirror, but I think it was just an accidental mirror in a spot that I've never seen someone
on mirror instead.
Gotcha. As I said, I've never seen someone actually mirror in that spot before, so it took me a second to figure out what was going on.
Hey, there it is. PH, you're supposed to go get that. PH. Leaf won't pick it up either.
I'd hope not.
No respect for my arrow, I'm telling you.
I'm sorry, Ruby. It's just Checkerboard Cave takes so long. And
Checkerboard is kind of bad.
It's a race.
It's even worse when you see it in see an item you want and check you mean I have to push these blocks? Come on, man.
It feels like hours.
No, that's left side swamp.
No, that's waiting for the wall to move in Misery Mire when you're last locating something. Okay, never mind. Leaf is getting it for you.
Dear friend, give me that back. I am going to print out single arrows to hand out at SGL next year. I just need to find a way to do it.
Well, you never know. This could come down to a bow Vidi fight later, and maybe that one arrow saves Leaf.
If you get in a point where that bow Vidi fight has you short an arrow against Vitreous, Pendant Skull Woods too, okay.
Maybe just everything's a pendant.
Well, turns out that's the Sank Heart. I would say, I don't know what happened on that second one there. Except maybe we're on a bad angle.
I'm not sure either. But second try, or second attempt there, goes a lot better.
Two's try. Every time. Now we're rating pedestal here, right?
That's a good question. I don't know if we follow that connector out there.
Well,
we don't have the fire rod. And
PH said no. I get why. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think there's really a reason to go ahead and read the pedestal, other than you might want the information if the information isn't, have 3 explosions,
Yeah. I mean, even if there is something there, it's not going to really change too much about how you route or do things in the scene, other than knowing that you'll have to do the pendants at some point. But right now, you don't really have a whole lot of choice in the matter. You're a long way from clearing either of the 2 pendant dungeons that we know about right now.
Our first check's outside of Village of Outcasts, coming up right about now from PH. I appreciate the game giving us access to the hammer now, but I would really like to see a glove to go with it. Or,
yeah,
some pointer to get around, too.
It's also going to be really annoying that there's, this one entrance that's hammer locked in Village of Outcasts, and you have to drop down and can't get back into Village once you go get your hammer. So that's going to be just an annoying little forced orphan there for both runners.
I appreciate how PH has gone out to go after the ball on chain guards instead of standing in the doorway and just tinking his sword off the door repeatedly. Uh-oh, Eastern Big Key.
All right, that's about all we got from Castle Tower.
I mean, when we know what 2 of our pendants are already, it's not a nothing big key. It could be very important.
That is very true. Very, very highly likely that it's required in some capacity.
This hookshot for PH is going to pay dividends if there's anything in Hookshot Cave here. That's not the kind of pay I was talking about.
Well,
it's nice to have, but we really don't have anything to use it with right now.
Yeah, it's neat, but not exactly what you're hoping for there. All right, it is about to finally be time for this hammer. Leaf, meanwhile, since they only have access to the one item there, they're gonna, no, I'll bomb it open, but we'll come back later with Hookshot Cave there.
And now both players will have that hammer about 30 minutes after we first saw it. And then right back into Dark World we go.
We're digging for gold.
Why'd the money dry up after you finished singing that? Oh, that's a fire rod. That's kind of awkward, actually.
Is this game just wanting us to make Dark World loop after Dark World loop?
I mean, hopefully it gives us something else to do to get easier access. Sheesh. That's 30 digs for a fire rod.
Yeah. Thieves and Pod are our red crystals today. I mean, you don't even really need the like access to the Dark World now. Once you're in it, you could just keep looping around since we have hammer and hookshot.
Oh yeah. It just makes routing to some things kind of inconvenient if you ever want to branch away from what you're doubling about on.
Oh, it'd be a silly route, but you can do it. Is my point.
It's like not opening the front door in Pod and just looping around the right side over and over, which is fun to do if you have the bow, and really looks silly if you're just killing your wrists mimic clipping over and over again.
That's not for me. That's you remember that guy before the race who was talking about the sweats? That's for the sweats. Oh hey, it's back at Skull Woods.
Well, I don't see a reason not to clear this. The game just handed you a fire rod.
I've gotta think that PH is pretty likely to go ahead and clear this. Hey, there's the Thieves Big.
We actually have the full Thieves Town kit now.
Yeah, that's a full clearable dungeon that we have access to just outside of Kakariko.
All right, there's the big chest door of Turtle Rock. We'll be coming back to that later, probably.
PH with the spooky bonk there, but dodges the hand.
I'm going to imagine Leaf does not go for Moth here on 4 hearts green mail.
7 hearts versus 4 hearts is a very big difference in terms of Moth fight, plus the half magic for PH. Not that he's using too much of it right now.
He's doing the tried and true here. That's what we came here for. That big key to... oh, that's the big key to ice on Green Pendant Moth. And Swamp is our last pendant.
Our last pendant, so we have full knowledge now. All right.
So Moth's logically required. What is logic, Will?
A folly, a waste of good brain cells to even consider.
A miserable little pile of secrets.
I wanted to go there, but I can't do the voice. I can't do the voice justice. Bring back 1997's.
I don't think
greatest
anybody
voice
can
actors.
do that voice justice. Oh, we're gonna do Bombo's tablet. I like this. As long as we don't get hugged by Europa.
And we're gonna do left side of GT here.
Leaf, don't follow this into desert. Leaf, don't follow this into... I mean, it's fine if they do, actually. A whole lot of nothing in Stelphos room here.
I don't know what you're talking about. That now we know if Hyrule Castle is a pendant or a crystal.
Ooh, hello, Paradox Gate.
Maybe following desert wasn't such a bad idea.
Yes, it depends on where we get shoved out, too. For all we know, we're going to end up on TR Bridge and find, like, oh, Eastern, with a bow inside. Ooh, I have to write that one down. Throw the boom. Did I just summon a bow?
It was a little earlier than you said, but it does seem like you just kind of spoke it into existence.
Sigh. A pod key. And that's a pretty late pod key by logic standards here. It's probably, that's a Meyer key. You love seeing your first Meyer key. You love seeing your second GT key.
Yeah. Another pod small for PH.
Interestingly, so that one's...
running tally of 2.
Yeah, that one's behind all of the GT smalls, so that's a... I'd have to imagine that's at least key 5, but you never know.
Probably so, but who knows?
The controller demon is eating Leaf's attempt to do the bomb jump here in Paradox right now.
I think with any bomb jump, it's like if you know the muscle memory and you have it down cold until you like actually need to use it in some important thing, and then your brain's like, okay, I have to think through every single step of this now, and muscle memory just doesn't work sometimes. And hey, speaking of that TR bridge,
do you mind game? If Eastern's here, I'm just gonna swallow my microphone. This is awkward, actually, because Leaf has not been to East Death Mountain yet. Oh, hi, Laser Bridge.
All right, PH, just spam that fire rod, buddy. Oh, hey, more pod smalls. Those aren't in logic yet either.
We know where 2 shields are, so they're really not that far out. Oh no! Red mail in GT, anybody?
There's our Hyrule Castle small, so that's also a couple GT keys away from logic.
Yeah, that one's an interesting one, especially when you consider we haven't seen Hyrule Castle yet. Aside from the back, we can do backup escape with the recently picked up hammer. I wouldn't be surprised to see Leaf do that soon here.
Yeah, and you can actually... That does put Dark Cross into logic, so...
It sure do, because with the lamp you can get it from the back as long as you have that key.
It's at least nice for PH that he'll be able to do both of those checks together. Now it's going to be PH's turn to come kill a Pokey and get the Chain Chomp's chest.
2 shields for Leaf. And these other entrances that they have not done yet. Which, oh, they did this one. They didn't drop down, I think, and get the other 2. Maybe they did. But they didn't have a mirror for this.
Yeah, I was gonna say they dropped down, but yeah, they didn't get this check or the middle drop, I don't believe. So and I don't think they've seen the back of Old Man right below this either.
Yeah, which is right here. And you might be tempted to just go through because if you know you haven't done Hera or Ether Tablet yet either. But no, if there's a couple entrances they haven't done here yet, or something else they can take to leave, that's probably what you're going to do. And nope, save and quit time. We're going to see backup escape. Nope, we are going to clean up Ether and Hera. So right now the new checks are going to be on PH's side of the screen as we're going towards the pyramid. I don't know if I'm getting that either. I don't think I'm going to get that either.
I bet Leaf does.
Oh, there's
just based off
Eastern.
current returns.
Oh, this is unfortunate.
Maybe, I mean, we haven't proven you wrong yet that there isn't a bow in Eastern. So
true. I'm just waiting for it. It's gonna be like, nope, it's not here, and I'll breathe a sigh of relief.
See, there's a little ammo for the bow that's coming later.
Leaf is playing as the Fairy-type evolution Sylveon, as sprited by Drakey. That's right, we have the shovel that Leaf picked up in Paradox Cave. We're going to go check that real quick. Ooh, rusty sword. We like that.
Yeah, PH probably gets there eventually, but that could still could be a while before anything takes him to the Paradox entrances that we know about.
See, link in chat. We pick up shields so that players like Lana Bean, who just raided a few minutes ago, by the way, and Homewrecker don't have to. Flip Heel can still have all the shields he wants. All none of them. That Ether Medallion makes me wonder. We haven't seen the Mire area yet either, and it might be a while before we do, since we don't really have a lot of real estate to go after, except for maybe pod area at this point without a glove.
Yeah, there's not there's not tons, like there's not a big cluster of entrances to go check right now outside of that pod area. And I guess whatever is remaining here on top of Castle that PH will show us after Eastern, which I guess didn't have a bow.
The joke is the bow is on the Armos Knights. I wouldn't like that either. Got real excited for a moment that might have been Sahasrahla, but alas, Broccoli Man.
Nope, fake Saha.
Wonder if real Saha is going to be out there soon. We have that green pendant to turn in too.
He always shows up when you least expect him.
Hey, buttonnet pickup.
Grab that net.
I think it's faster to grab it when you're leaving, if you're leaving via the Pyramid Walk.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you definitely don't want to do an extra run around there if you're...
Are there any items you would do an extra run around there for?
Be situational, but probably like maybe a first sword. Obviously, if you're there, you probably already have Mirror and or Moon Pearl, but yeah, I don't know. Good question.
I would say if it's a key or like an item that gets you more checks within a dungeon, like a cane, a hook shot, even a glove, I would probably consider, because you never know if you might find a spike cave or something. Alright, so right now this Thieves' Town not really showing us anything exciting. Just do the good mirror spot. What's the good mirror spot, Ty? Oh. At this point, I'm actually considering just pitching myself into the drink here, if I'm leave.
Yeah, it's possible that might have been a little quicker and easier to just have mirrored from Blind Cell after doing the route of checking the big chest first without any glove.
I'm just worried about going into this fight in Oko.
Yeah, that's going to be another concern here after hitting the berry on the conveyor there. But the good news is that Blind is a scripted fight, and it never goes wrong, especially for me.
Not even once. It's never gone wrong ever for any player.
And thankfully it didn't for Leaf today. So I don't have blood on my hands there with the commentator's curse.
First on the board, Leaf with a crystal to combat PH's green pendant pickup in Skullwoods. And we found Palace of Darkness, and there's the... Oh boy! It's the big key to Ganon's Tower.
All right. Well, we know about a bow. We know about a fire source. We know about a GT big key. We know about a hook shot.
We know 2 keys.
I know we don't have all the keys, but...
In
but,
theory,
you know.
we can climb it still. And get the drop in the back, which I believe is Thieves' Drop.
I believe that is correct.
Alright, we had Mimic Cave up here, and we have a hammer now, so why the heck are we putting it off? Because getting around is cumbersome without a flute.
Yeah, PH is just mostly clearing entrances. Meanwhile, there's another GT small key, so all those things that we talked about earlier that were so far from logic are a lot closer to it now.
And namely, we had a pod small in the randomizer room, and a couple other things going on. And that climb with the items that we've obtained could also be important here. Here's Back of Escape. Okay, we're just going to run to it.
Oh. Well, there's a locked bow in pod.
Well, that's adorable. I just picked the wrong bow dungeon. It's a pod small in the Back of Escape. Okay, then.
So
okay, so
whenever Leaf does find pod, they're going to come in with more small keys. That could be interesting for them.
Well, and the glove is, as far as we can see on our side, in logic.
I think we're still a GT. We one of our pod smalls is still not in logic yet, right? The rando room one.
The random room one is, but I mean,
yeah, we're close enough.
It's you always play like you have one
glove.
more key than you're showing, right?
It's a glove. You're not really apologizing for pod key logic on that. You're just happy to have a glove.
I mean, especially not when you're about to just hammer jump and get 2 more checks. We don't have the big key. Yes,
we don't have the
thank
big
you.
key yet.
Don't say that. It's going to show up right here. Okay, it didn't.
This is going to be GT discovery for Leaf.
And Leaf doesn't have the GT
discovery.
big key, but they are going to get their hook shot. And probably follow what what PH did all the way down. I don't know. Have you played the seed yet, Will? How's it doing?
You know, I'm just I'm not sure I'm playing this one right, so I hope Leaf doesn't follow me.
3-key GT at 50 minutes in a Sphere 1 location. You're probably feeling mixed about this one.
Especially when you see that hook shot and you know how long you've had those boots.
Agina's Cave with the vanilla goods. Thank you, game. Alright, now we have a whole mess of glove entrances to clean up.
Yeah, this is probably back of escape here for PH.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be Ice Palace first.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, he spiked that big key off Moss, so this is a fully in logic Ice Palace, if you know where all your skull smalls are. We don't.
Yeah.
No, actually, Leaf's going to go up with 5 pod smalls when they get
PH,
there.
why are we going that way, bud? What are we going to do in that room?
Hoping to conjure up a cane. He probably could have done it with Bugnet. There is a setup for Bugnet.
Is there really? If somebody does that in a race I'm commentating, I'm going to get up and walk out of the booth. I'm sorry.
You know, I got to give you that one.
Again, the sweats. The sweats, Ruby.
Are we doing Bomb Spooky in Swamp Palace too while we're at it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
No, I'm good. I'm good on that one, Chief. All right. The Ice Palace Bomb Jump. If you haven't seen it, then you haven't watched Rando. Or you watched Rando starting in 2020.
Yes, in the ancient times, this was required knowledge for Ice Palace. Kids these days have it so easy.
The Dark Ages. Hey, they don't have it easy if they only know how to ice break, and you got to get your cane out of the bottom of ice. Or like on green pendant behind ice, or something like that. Let's say this bow is going to make this easier, but
do the switch puzzle the way Miyamoto intended.
I mean, age 8 years just by going through Ice Palace? See, Leaf is sad now because they definitely prefer having the blue mail still be onto the red mail one.
Unlucky. These are going to be... PH hasn't made it over here to the Ice Ride Cave area yet, has he?
I don't think
Did
so.
you have any checks for us?
I think so. Chat's gonna yell at me and say, yeah, of course he did. What are you guys, blind? Nope, there's Hyrule Castle. We have not seen that. I can tell you for a fact.
Well, there's a third entrance of Speck Rock Cave. Leaf having already gone through the other two sides earlier. There's a desert small out of Hyrule Castle.
Yeah. We haven't seen the front of Desert either. We've only seen the back.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Wait,
Aggravating the guards in this room is painful.
Where did we see the back of Desert?
Both players saw it in Kakariko somewhere. I don't think they stole the key, though.
Yeah. I feel like I would have remembered seeing that at least. But okay. Was there anything at all in this Ice Palace?
There was 10 arrows. Oh, the pod big key. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Leaf's going to get silver and everything out of pod while they're there, when they get there.
Yeah, they're going to get to full clear it in one go. So that's pretty nice. It'll still probably be a little while till they get there, but, again, full clear it in one pass. You can't complain about that.
And PH does have this extra dungeon clear, but unless Cold Stare drops us anything, and that's a compass, not really a lot to worry about here out of Ice Palace, except that crystal.
Yeah, we're even on the crystal count at 1. It does feel like PH doesn't really have like an item advantage right now, but does feel like he has been a little bit more efficient in clearing entrances from the world and kind of getting things a little bit more narrowed down. But Leaf does have a couple of key items up. That pod big is one that's gonna be an interesting one once Leaf gets there. So, I feel like that's kind of where we're at in the race right now.
Yeah, when we're eclipsing the hour mark, as we'll do. Oh yeah, that's.
We're about to see Dark Cross from both directions here.
Yeah, so PH might actually go to 11 hearts on this piece for all we know. And we'll talk about parity. That's going to be, back of Skullwoods. Open it back up. Walk back in. No, we're going to read pedestal.
Check here. Yeah.
I don't mind this since you're at the door.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to have another opportunity to find out that you're not getting 20 hearts on this seed.
That's a shame.
Great mirror spot, actually.
I thought for sure that was going to bonk somewhere, but they know what they're doing.
Some of these mirror spots are like black magic, and some others are like, oh, well, that's not very helpful either. So we're going through Paradox, then? Is that what we're doing? That's what we're doing.
Does seem like what we're doing. Meanwhile, PH is going to clean up Thieves Town here, get his second crystal. It's the massive, massive advantage of getting to do this dungeon with a glove, aka the normal way.
Yeah, that's going to save PH a fair bit of time in the basement of Thieves Town. And also be a little bit safer than having to go up that conveyor, although you still have to. Just... It's no longer a real threat. Now, what was down here that Leaf's going back to?
Oh,
this is Hookshot Cave. That's right.
That makes sense. I don't think we've seen where the front of this spits out, so that'll probably be new information for us here.
Yeah, and for Leaf, this isn't a bad thing to just push through right now, because in their eyes, they're still looking for a ton of access to the world with no glove. Oh, this is just a bumper. Okay.
And then this is desert, so
Okay,
connectors
then.
get in connectors.
Adventure time.
Yeah. That desert small key out of Hyrule Castle not really providing us anything.
Yeah, that CT key is literally a nothing burger.
Yep, that check is very dead for us.
That's our first TR small. Doesn't really directly get anything, though.
Yeah, no, we're still, without Kane, TR smalls don't really matter much.
All right, then. I guess we're gonna pull out the hammer and bang the door down again. Meanwhile, PH has picked up this crystal off a blind, putting him in the lead now with 2 crystals and a pendant clear. And we got the old save and quit. Now, if I'm saving and quitting here, I was going to say I'm probably spawning at GT to see what's at the hookshot entrance. Or we're going to go out the back, which goes to... Nope. I think he just had his wires crossed for a second. Yeah, I'm going to hookshot cave here if I'm PH. If I'm spawning here right now. Oh, hello, shopping mall. Ooh.
Is this a Hera clear?
Could be with the hook shot.
With the hook shot?
Yeah. We know we need to, so hold on to your hats. Red Bull, Hera pot, Dracaris pot, Raiden pot, any pot. Doesn't matter, you went up the tower. Do what works for you.
I think you should do the correct way, which is the one that I prefer, but some people like to be wrong, you know. No, go back, Leaf.
Are you one of those?
Just in general in life, yeah.
So what is the correct way? Hook speed?
No, the bread pot.
Yeah, red pot is literally it's got like a 0% fail rate if you know what you're doing.
It's so free.
It is. Like, you do what you know, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with PH.
Like it's good to know hook speed one because you know it doesn't need resources and like it's useful in Animizer sometimes, but like you know, just do bread pot. It's easy. It's
hook
safe.
Speed always feels
it's
so
consistent.
sweaty though.
If you get it first try, it feels sweaty in like the good way, but when it takes you like 9 tries, it's just sweaty derogatory.
Ugh. Right, that should be full knowledge for then PH seeing all 3 pendants on the map. Really, here's Pod for Leaf, which is what we know Leaf would like to do because they are probably thinking in their head, I'd like to have an uplifting experience from this seed, but I ain't got no glove.
Yeah, this will be interesting. We're going to see a couple... Leaf, just mirror from Shooter Room.
I think they're just kind of in their head for a moment here. You'll have to forgive them.
Yeah.
Can't say you haven't been there before.
I've been there. I've been there. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna see a couple extra checks here from Leaf that BH couldn't do with the keys he had coming in here. So
let me fix that for you. We're gonna see the whole entire dungeon from Leaf.
Yeah. No, we're gonna see 14 out of 14 here.
Are we putting Leaf on blast, Malmo? Because I don't think they've even... There's an HMG race that's playing on the ladder right now. And they're playing cross keys instead. Alright, Leaf's got their glove at about an hour 5. By the way, it's over an hour in. You know what we'd like to do at an hour?
What do we like to do in an hour?
Groan and wish we were playing... we weren't only happy for a rando scene. We like to give props to our runners for giving us their screens as they blast through the main tournament group stage.
Hey, so I know I'm supposed to be like commentating this race and paying attention to it, but where did Leaf get their Cane of Samaria from?
Samaria was in the Dark Ice Rod, or the Dark Good Bee Cave.
Okay,
which
I
they connected
completely
to
missed that.
From Hyrule Castle?
I apologize. Okay.
Yeah, so that puts that entrance with the glove in logic without the flippers, and can have the flippers, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, chat thinks it was Desert Main. That sounds about right.
There's your other ice palace, Small.
All right, PH finally will discover Paradox Cave right here. Although, there wasn't really anything crazy interesting in Paradox Cave, was there?
No. Nothing major.
The shovel, which will lead to a sword, but that requires him to go looking for the shovel. Yeah, it might have been, actually, because what ended up happening, the chain was Hookshot Cave to Dark Shopping Mall. No? So Hookshot Cave went up to... Oh!
Hookshot Cave took us to Bumper Cave.
Which took us to Hyrule not Hyrule Castle, Desert.
Right.
And Hyrule Castle was in Ice Rod Cave. Right. Can you tell we're not map tracking this? At least I'm not. I don't know what Will does.
I've never been able to do that and commentate. I always pull it open at the start, like I'm going to, and then I mark off 2 checks in the first 30 seconds and then forget that it exists. So I've stopped doing it.
Yeah, I used to, and I would always be like looking at Map Tracker, looking at 2 runner screens, saying this is fine, and then just lighting it on fire.
Basically.
And then this will give us TR Bridge for PH also. Leaf gets their bow lock bow. That's worth a shake of the head. And that's 13 checks. We're going to Helma. Alright, so I have to wonder whether there's a required entrance or a required item on the climb that gets us more to do.
That's a good question. We've got a few checks opened up in TR by that cane. And we've got right side of GT opened up by that cane, which also makes GT an attractive option for multiple reasons, I guess, in terms of item density at least.
We still have a couple of glove entrances that are a little bit not as nice to go back and clean up. Like the desert farming rock. I guess you could, the MK, whatever. The smoke rock, depending on whose community you're from. And which funny meme is funny to you.
As I say, depending on how much of a rando old head you are, if you call it Smokes Rock.
If you call it Smokes Rock, you're probably thanking Solsky, too.
Yes.
Alright, this is another odd key, I think. No, this is a GT small in this Mimic Cave, I think. One of those two. Yep, that's the third GT small. Leaf has Helma Sword taken care of, and that's both 5-6 crystals, actually, but we don't have the flute. That is a key that you're hoping doesn't block anything.
Oh, that's a big key to pin to TR. We have seen the big chest entrance. Still missing an ice rod to go do anything about the boss, but it does open one more one more little fetch questy type check.
Because you can go ahead and do the check that opens up Crystal Roller from both sides here with the cane from the back or the big key from the front. Oh, there's green pendant turn in for a piece of heart, and then 3 more items behind the wise old cowboy.
Is he a cowboy?
He's something. But I can confirm he's a boy. I don't know if he's a cow. Or at least he was once a boy. Now he's an old man. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't go into his whole background. Like, yeah, I mean, he's a wise old man by the time you play the game, but like, you know, what did he do all those other years before? Like, he was a kid once, right? I want more backstory, is what I'm saying.
Don't think about the lore for this game as much as you might have at a different time and age. So we're going to go ahead and save quit. Now that we have a glove, if we wanted to go back in the direction of, say, the Turtle Rock Big Chest, we could just do it from the Link's house spawn. I see. Leaf's going to do the same thing PH did, but with the cane, they're going to flip the switch and just skip the big chest forever.
Which will work out fine for them.
Alright, here will be the Hyrule Castle discovery for PH, which will actually eventually lead him to something. It's going to put him back in Shopping Mall, I think is what it is. Which is great, because we have a rock we haven't seen there yet.
So, obviously both runners are kind of clearing dungeons right now. Who's going to get who is more incentivized to end up at GT first here? Is it Leaf having that cane?
I think Leaf is probably thinking about when the right time to go to GT is.
Because you can just clear it fully off your map at that point.
Yeah, big key and 2+ with cane, fire rod, and either hammer boots or hookshot hammer is enough to full clear GT.
Yeah,
provided you bounce Moldorm, but we have the hookshot, so we don't care.
I wouldn't bounce Moldorm. That's for the sweats.
Did I say bounce? I meant hover. You can't bounce Moldorm and get the final check.
You can't, no, but...
Oh, see, like, some points mirroring feels really good, and other points mirroring feels like black magic. If you think it's bad in regular mirror circumstances, try playing inverted. Chat being keen to point out, Leaf is looking for the Desert Palace Big and a couple entrances to finish. So the Desert Palace Big's the big one. We know where Eastern Palace is. They just haven't been up the castle yet. And then we don't know where Meyer is, and we have everything we need to beat Meyer. Yeah. And we know where Desert Back is. We just don't have the key.
The cane is the big wild card right now for Leaf. But yeah, PH is only looking for the cane for Meyer and Desert Big. He just needs to clear Pod and Eastern at some point, but that's just kind of dungeon cleanup that you're trying to put off, I guess, until you can figure out where everything else is.
I sure hope PH hasn't figured to not go back through Hookshot Cave, because that could be catastrophic unless you feel like fake flippering the Dark World.
There's probably not a lot incentivizing him to go back to that for a while here.
Oh, jeez. PH finding both sides of Spectacle Rock Cave in quick succession here. Bridge, or not TR Bridge, Laser Bridge exit. Yeah. So it's not going to be a lot of help here.
This is him trying to clean up connectors, but I think there's a decent chance that with where it is, that Hookshot Cave gets a little bit left out here for a while.
Yeah, here comes, I would imagine, unless he's got something he feels like he can do here, this is a save and quit point. Yep.
So the question is going to be like, does he end up maybe fake flippering over to Dark Shopping Mall area before following that connector?
I mean, you'd have to think the only time you go to Catfish would be the only time you consider fake flippering there.
Or maybe he's just heading there right now, and I have egg on my face.
I think we're getting
right?
the Tempered Sword for PH.
Yeah. We'll get the shuffle check on the way, but I'm not sure what else is over here to come back for.
Wasn't Hookshot Cave over here?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think if there's anything else that could be worth following this route.
Right, now Leaf is going to go ahead and check some of these glove entrances. And we'll find Saha and get absolutely nothing from him. Okay, we're talking about it being a bad thing, and then now he's going to find it and it's a good thing. And now that he has a glove before going into the area, this could be a good thing for PH yet.
Yeah, we'll
So mirror back, and here was
one
Desert
extra
Beast.
check. Yep.
Oh, the saddest small key ever. What else we haven't seen that we can do is Zora. Do Catfish to Zora here off a current jump?
Yeah, we have not had any sort of real exposure to anything that's in our kind of the waterlog checks of the seed, whether or not they're officially requiring flippers or not.
Leaf, I'm going to add that of things you need to teach me to be consistent at.
Same, except I'm never going to learn, so.
I mean, I've ad-libbed it by imitating what I've seen. Doesn't really help if
I've
it's
done
like...
it. I'm consistent. No. Oh, no.
Oh, heck no. See, consistent, me, ledge spins, no. Me, current jump, no. Me, basically anything else that, you know, door state extension, sure. Pod clip in pod, sure. Is this entrance anything important? Oh, geez. Okay, now is there anything in here?
That's a big maybe.
This could be the uh-oh moment of the century for Leaf. Although they're walking at a Catfish, so they might just fake flipper to it anyway. There's the powder, we know where Magic Bat is. And that is a key to Turtle Rock. There was nothing here, really.
Yeah, that powder is the only thing that would really lead to something, since we know all the TR entrances.
As long as we don't get nipped by a zero.
As I say, assuming no surprises here, Leaf will get it anyway.
Yeah. Helpful. They'll also mirror back for the other rock. Because they've done everything in this area already that wasn't something... You know what, Will? I think we have to climb. We either have to do right side or we have to climb GT. And it's in a
one of those. We got some TR checks available still, but
not many.
Yeah. The GT is looking the most like the densest option by a good margin here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Leaf mirror, pull the Ice Rod rock, and then just run across the South Shore. Yeah, tier big wasn't checked, but we know where that is. We also have enough keys to go to the front, although that's potentially not useful either. Leaf hasn't killed Skullwood's boss, so they don't have the Ice Palace big, but they have beat Ice Palace, so that's going to be last location territory for him.
Yeah. I liked PH's just brain shut down there after getting spit out of hammer pegs, because it kind of happened to Leaf too, and it would have happened to me as well.
Yeah, whenever you get pushed out at hammer pegs, you kind of have to reboot for a second and be like, okay, how do I get out of this?
Yeah, especially when you don't have mitts, and you're just like, oh, wait, what?
Leaf's going to Pyramid, so we're going to see Eastern cleared then. Answer chat, Marcel, as far as we know right now, the flippers are not required unless they lead to an entrance that we need to clear. And even then, we can get to all the entrances. So at this point, we might need something in... Oh, here comes Turtle Rock. We might need something in Swamp Palace if we find the flippers, but that's really the... No? Leaf, where are you going? Huh?
We'll find out, I guess.
Oh, we're doing Big Bomb! Oh, this is next level.
Oh.
You remember to do Big Bomb with the pyramid. That's cool.
Okay. Yeah, this is an interesting little check here, too. Do we have any other entrances unseen at this point?
That we can get with what we have? No.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's a couple that we can get out of logic, like the... I don't think we've seen the Ice Palace or Waterfall Fairy Caves, but...
I mean, we're about to. We're going to dunk some bombs because we fought an Armos Knights. Not get shot, and then arrow, arrow, arrow. Bomb, bomb, swim. There you go.
Hopefully nothing's on Zora Ledge, since we now have one bomb left.
Yeah, I mean, most of your splash deletes require you to use a bomb. So that would be bad news for PH if that is the case. We have... Oh, good.
Well, that's... Given both where and how that mushroom is for him, and... Oh, he's going to try it. I think that was an attempt to get a bomb. Knowing where that mushroom is now for PH, and knowing where the potion shop is for both runners...
Oh, it's bomb 6 on Zora!
Okay, that's neat.
So, PH is in think mode. He has dungeons he can clear. He's probably going to do exactly that right now.
Yeah, he can get Pod and Eastern cleaned up. Then he's got to be thinking GT at that point.
Alright, Leaf will discover Eastern, which they can full clear right about now.
Yeah, so this will be one new check for us, since we haven't seen what's on the boss here.
Remind me to ask Leaf why they walked past the TR big chest. To go to TR for TR having... Like, the TR is not the logic. That's the problem. Like, the logic could very well just give us TR keys, but it also is equally as likely to give us mitts and flute.
Oh no, PH. He missed his bomb for the big key chest.
Oh no.
And also didn't pick up either of the bombs on the way through with his one bomb.
Bomb management is just... Oh, jeez. Meanwhile, we're in bomb luxury over on Leaf's side.
I was going to say, Leaf with 10 bombs picks up 3 bombs out of the map chest.
The shambles are just so real sometimes when we play. Trust me. We've all been there. I may have beaten PH in at SGL, but oh, believe me, we both had shambles in that race. That's why I have such respect for the guy. There's no way that I think I'll ever come that close to him ever again.
Thankfully, I've never been in shambles.
It's okay, Will. The shambles are in each one of us. Each and every one of us. Which of these don't we have?
All the way,
oh, you're just going out.
we're going all the way out through to get Harmless Hellway here.
I don't know how I feel about this. This can't be faster, right?
I think Hellway first into Big Chest via bomb jump is probably the fastest way. But, you know, pod routing is hard when you're doing it out of order.
Like, at least
and then
this way you
mirror
just
first.
come
Yeah, this
down
way you
and-
go drop out in the lobby. Yeah, so IDK, man.
I know someone out there is probably really the pod racing. Oh, come on. Don't give me this. I could hear it in Anakin's voice, too. Alright, one new check from Leaf. This could be flippers. It could be mitts. It could be a red herring. It is going to yield us a crystal.
Yeah, it does seem like flippers or mitts have to be the next big thing that we find.
Whee! That is a key to Turtle Rock. Oh no. Is that all of them? Between the two runners, is that all of them? Or is that just 3?
I'm not sure.
It could just be go through TR to the front.
Well,
Okay,
we've seen the front. We saw the front of the. Or no, we haven't. No, we haven't.
No, we have not seen. If we'd seen the front, we'd be doing a whole lot of. Yeah, I mean, I would have to hope so.
Yeah,
I'm being DM'd a setup for current jump. Thank you, anonymous tip. I will be looking at that shortly. Oh, this is Spiral. I don't think Leaf ever did Spiral, did they?
I think they did.
Oh, they're going to Terra. Right, because we saw Will clean this up earlier. Now Leaf can just go and blitz it the same way. PH is probably thinking...
I didn't even see me clean it up earlier. You called PH Will again.
Ah, I do that sometimes. All right, stop the big chest. You know how many times I've called by COCOM a runner on the screen?
It's so easy to do.
It's as easy as calling things Turtle Town or like Thieves Rock. Everything is turtles, if you're asking me, and every boss is Landmo. That was me 3 years ago.
I think we came up with Skull Tower the other day.
Oh, that sounds delightful. Sounds more fun indoors, though.
Sounds more like the final 2 stages of a Mega Man game.
Is that why the Triforce mentions Dr. Wily?
I think we might be onto something here.
You know, here's a connector point. You wonder, this could go to Meyer. Here's the problem. That might be the only thing that the flippers are required for. The flippers are in GT. It is Meyer.
It is Meyer. Oh my gosh. So this is another 7 entrances that we can check here. Something like that.
We're looking for Meyer. We're looking for Desert Big Key. And we're looking to never need to go into Swamp. Oh no. Not the mirror shenanigans again. We haven't seen this entrance either.
Yeah, I don't think either runner has been over here.
Oh,
but
it's nothing,
just
so it
a
doesn't
shop.
matter. That ether opens up a door. It's the front of TR.
Like I was saying, we found the front of TR. I don't know
Yeah,
what
now
you're
we
talking
did.
about.
What do you...
Oh,
Yeah, maybe you did.
yeah.
Since, I'm letting you know you're playing the sea for us and telling us where everything is.
I can't believe you were trying to gaslight me into thinking that I hadn't seen this entrance that we hadn't found yet.
You just borrowed Gamma's seed reader on comms. It's fine. There's like 45 leaf clover.
Must be nice.
Oh my god, Leaf is literally following PH in here. This is actually bad for PH if Leaf follows PH in here and Meyer and Desert Big are both over here. Because PH is a couple dungeon clears behind right now. Oh, don't bonk off the bottom. Okay.
Yeah. Well, PH would just be really just the eastern clear behind. But yeah, this still... If we do find both of those over here, like if we find Desert Big in Meyer, that's going to be a very interesting sprint to the finish of this one.
Mm-hmm. And we just watched PH clean up pods, so I guess that's really not one to be worried about. The trek back to Eastern is not a short one, however, with no flute. It's like turning in the big bomb, and then it's not. Yeah,
it's not at a convenient place, and we don't really have nothing else spits us out on top of the castle or anything like that.
So here's the cape. I think we saw both sides of Bumper, though.
I know we've seen the top side of it.
I could also be making that up for all we know.
Yeah.
It's just like I made up not seeing the the front of TR. Okay, nothing here. So there's nothing in Meyer area. Where can that take us, though?
I don't think we have any more useful connectors at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. We have seen both bumpers, chat says. So this is going to be... I think this is last location GT short of clearing dungeons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all of the GT smalls. So both players know at this point there's got to be something in GT.
All right, is this going to be flippers for something in Swamp? And or one of our remaining flipper lock checks?
I'm going to say, I think we're just...
Or are we going to get
firmly mitts locked. I don't think flippers could lead to anything outside of a big key in Swamp Palace. Maybe the...
I mean, it could lead to mitts
Swamp Palace. Where's Meyer? I don't know.
As I say, we don't know what that mushroom turn-in means yet either. So,
I mean, it means we won't go hungry tonight. But what do you mean we're turning it in? We're trading it for something else. Yeah, the mushroom on Zora Ledge, hopefully not important for anything.
Certainly hope not for PH, with the bomb situation basically being the thing that kept him from checking that. And then continuing to be the bomb situation as he found Pod afterwards.
Oh, no. No, Malmo. It's logically required to get the Ice Big off of Skullwoods, and now we have 4 swords. Okay, you want a 4 swords adventure?
They should make a game about that.
I wonder. Maybe should we write Nintendo, be like, hey guys, we had this brilliant idea.
One of the things that I've often found about Zelda is that there just aren't enough swords in it. Which is why I find the presence of swordless mode just so galling, personally.
You're taking the few swords that we have and just getting rid of them.
I mean,
And
they
for
put
what?
they put a whole big sword on the cover of the game. It's this game was meant to have swords. Stop taking away my fun.
Let's have a
Rebel,
little bit of
rebel.
gamer trivia for you. If any of you ever played Super Mario RPG: Legend of the Seven Stars for the Super Nintendo, in its original format, the first ever title screen does not have the sword in Bowser's Keep until you save a game. And unless you pull the battery and factory reset the cartridge, from that point forward, it will always have the sword piercing Bowser's Keep. As Pod 6 picked up for Leaf, Leaf does not have a double water walk setup, so we're going ahead and picking up this mushroom. Here we go. Hopefully that's not important for something. And any climbers in chat?
Well, I got at least one in the feed here.
I know we got one climber in PH. We might have two climbers, as Leaf, I believe, has decided they need to go to GT. Any idea
This is
why?
still gonna be- Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, any idea why the BMOS and Gauntlet 4 end up just misfiring the entire time in?
I assume it's just something about how it calculates with the combination of BMOS triggers and the conveyors, kind of like throwing the timing off. Or maybe they just felt like you needed a break in one of the gauntlet rooms. I don't know.
All right, the Glitch Queen actually says the BMOS can break and we're not sure why. Okay. Has PH ever won this tournament? The main tournament? No.
No.
The main tournament, last year's winner was actually Gamachu, followed up by the guy who knocked me out, Gilgamesh, who is also making name for himself in this one. Like, you know. PH has really upped his game in the past year, though. He's got a low NMG time now. He has super clean movement and sharp decision making. He's playing casual boots or cross keys basically every Monday or Tuesday. He
And
picks
haircut. Everything.
Up. He's got the
Total
Rocco
package.
shirt on. He's ready to rumble at any given moment. Leaf with no magic has to do with the bomb setup for right side GT. His bomb... we have just enough for a block. His bomb management is impeccable. He has, like, no bombs at any time. I bet you there's plenty of countries that want that. There's your mitts.
Yeah, there's our mids.
And with all the keys, we're absolutely going.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see this all the way through. I think now that
Oh,
you
no. Well, earlier I said, hey, that Ether Medallion in the Eastern Big Chest could be something because it opens up. But it wasn't Ether. It was that early Bombos that opens up TR.
yeah, we do have that.
And we were saying, we're a little bit of ways from thinking about that. For one, we don't have any gloves. For two, we don't have the hammer. And for three, and now we have all of those things.
We sure do. Well, the good news is that it's pretty easy to get to with our mountain save and quit point, but
Yeah, you can't sleep on PH as a runner. He is phenomenal. He's one of those from a whole breed of NMG stalwarts. They all came through like the Mentor tournament around the same time. Players like Coin Chaser, like people who they came into the scene, and you watch them on the screen. They look as sharp as people have been doing it for years. But they're also rando savvy too. And that's part of why the main tournament gets a lot of really, really talented players. Like you have your Andys and your Flip Heels with the low NMG times, and then you have your rando stalwarts.
yeah, there's a wide range of skill levels on display this year. It's been interesting to learn some new names and see some new faces among the challenging some of those stalwarts like you mentioned.
Oh, just like that, we've summoned Coin Chaser to chat. Hello, Coin. I hope your ears weren't burning too hot. Just said your name.
All right. Well, this is going to be this. I mean, this is a pretty good, as good a time as you're going to get for the Eastern Clear here for PH. Leaf is on their climb right now, on their way to get mitts. So, probably going to be a couple minutes behind starting into mitts checks, looking for both Meyer and that desert big key.
Yeah, this is going to come down to exactly who goes where and how fast. Because if Leaf is going to chase PH, that's going to be a tall order.
Yeah, we only have 2 mitts entrances to check, right? Because we just have Ice Palace and TR. We've cleared Meyer area. We've seen hammer pegs. There's nothing else.
It would have to be just Ice TR.
Give us, right?
I mean, Smith's to give us.
Oh yeah, Smith's
potential desert
chest.
big, but it's the entrance for Meyer is what we're looking for, right? Because that's honestly outside of going into swamp, that's the density. For all we know, the flippers are just in Meyer.
Yeah.
For all we know, the flippers are just never required for anything.
Yeah, this very well could be. You know, we get Desert Big out of the first check of Meyer when we find it, or it could be we find flippers, which send us into the swamp, which send us back to, you know, get a Hera Big out of there or something stupid, and who knows? We could still have a wild goose chase for that Desert Big yet to come.
Got to kind of point something out, too. We're not at check parity even as we speak. Again, when Leaf went into Skull Woods after PH had just fought Mothula, got the Ice Big Key, Leaf only had 4 hearts and gave it a pass. So that's the green pendant and a Moth Clear and an Ice Palace Big Chest that could weigh into the equation here at some point, for all we know. Really depends on where that Desert Big happens to show up.
It will not be at the Thieves drop down, though. Where is PH heading off to here?
If I had to guess, this is the Ice Palace entrance.
Well, we don't have flippers.
Which is why he's not doing it from... He only has 2 bombs.
Well, now he doesn't.
He only has no bombs.
There's a shop to the left here, if he remembers.
He does remember. He's going to pick up a bomb, and then he's going to buy a bomb. I hate to break it to you, but you can't carry 11 bombs.
PH can. It's part of his it's part of his name. ph11.
ph11 bomb 2358.
All right, so
oh my God,
we're checking Ice Palace.
This can't be
we're checking. It's not logically it.
It can't be it. It's Spike Cave. Don't. Oh, okay. Meyer is at TR. Meyer has flippers at TR because logically this couldn't be it. There's nothing left.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Smith Chain.
There's Powder.
There's Powder. Oh my God! It's the Desert Big.
There's Spike Cave. Okay, so now we're just in Find Meyer with we only have one place to find Meyer.
The shambles have returned. That is go mode, by the way. Not long. Leaf doesn't have much else left to do.
I mean...
They both fake flippered to get everything else in the game.
Yeah.
Like every other entrance, that's how you rule this out. Leaf's gonna do the same dang thing. Actually, no, Leaf's gonna go into TR. No, Leaf's mirroring? No, Leaf's going into TR.
Skull?
Okay. This is
This
fine.
TR.
This is TR.
Oh, yeah, this is TR. Okay.
Yeah, these are checks Leaf walked past, and I wanted to ask him about it too, because we walked past these on the way to turn in the big bomb.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
it's
there's your
Meyer.
Meyer entry, and that's all she wrote for PH.
Yeah, so that is confirmed now. Go mode, which always good to confirm that you haven't forgotten an entrance somewhere. But yeah, spiking that that desert big there was real nice for him. Avoids having to find the flippers in here and then figure out which of the flipper checks that you want to go prioritize.
Yeah, avoids having to put forth any effort, basically.
Yeah.
How's this gonna work? Oh, Leaf knows this timing very well. Leaf is an accomplished glitch player. They have played HMG and No Logic before, and they've gotten a couple solid wins against some pretty stout company. Most recently knocking off Gamachu in a ladder race.
Yeah, and cross keys definitely benefits from knowing your several different types of fake flipper and splash delete setups. Really comes in handy. They're very powerful in this mode. Sometimes you get to skip the flippers entirely and just get your go mode out of flipper lap checks. Who knows?
And then that'll put Leaf in go, provided they realize that the last thing they have left. Yeah, that's a wrong spawn. Is the Meyer entrance at TR.
But yeah, PH basically has a full trip through Meyer here ahead of Leaf. So barring some sort of unforeseen calamity, this is going to be PH's race to lose here.
You know, this is still within. I stepped on my cable and pulled it out of the socket territory. Which, what do you do is step on your cable while racing for?
Blame the cat.
But I blame the dog.
We have all our
actually.
bottles.
Hey, bottle percent. Hey, we have 6 of our crystals.
That's like 85%.
I'm dividing. I'm dividing 100 by 7 right now.
Yeah, have fun with that.
No thanks. If you hear like dial-up modem sounds, then you'll know I have blue screened.
Meanwhile, PH just has a back of desert to clear here, and then we're not far from Ganon. Actually, we know we're saving quite away from Ganon. That's right, he's at the castle.
He's at the castle.
But,
So we run up like we're going to Herald Castle for the first time in casual boots, except we're going to fall in and fight the final boss instead.
Yeah.
What do you mean these guys get to... guys. These 2 players, Leaf is a they, get to sub to a cross keys. I haven't had a sub to cross keys in a good while.
Well, that's because you're too busy following logic and getting your flippers and clearing Swamp Palace for nothing at all.
No. I mean, clearing Swamp Palace, yeah, maybe. What can I say? It's my favorite dungeon!
That's because you play cross keys like me, where you don't just go straight to the items, whereas, you know, these two, they got a little better handle on things, apparently.
I think it's less that Leaf fluffed a small key and more that Leaf muscle memoried a small key. Hey, $5.
That's Crystal 7 for PH. So, save and quit. And a little jaunt over to Ganon.
A jaunt? This is more like a leisurely stroll. La-di-da, I've got red mail, gold, sword, and silver arrows, and I'm off to kill me a pig. Didn't get a flute? Yeah, we can say nice flute in the comments, right? Thank you, homemade beer, for the nice flute.
We really dodged all the blue items this seed. We didn't get flute. We didn't get ice rod. We didn't get blue cane. We didn't
You're
get
right. Actually, we didn't dodge that though. And so, in sum, Leaf is going to be behind roughly a trip to Landmo and a Ganon fight. I say roughly because they're going to be on their way to Landmo when PH hits Phase 4 here. Chat, if you try to sell me that pi is 720 seconds, I'm out.
I think we need to do a deep dive on the history of, governments declaring pi to be specific values that are, not pi values.
See, PH is really winning the race now because PH has more bombs than Leaf.
For the first time all race. All right.
I'm going to divide you by 722. There it is.
That's the last arrow for PH. So.
That's the win for PH here in this Cross Keys race. Let's see some GGs.
That'll take him to 2-0 here for the early lead in Group W. Still 4 more races to play, both for him and for Leaf, who will now be at 101.
It does look like Leaf wants to finish this out. And the key pole was it, but Leaf did the same thing. So it was just, one person's following the other person. Like I said, if Leaf had to follow PH, there was no way they're going to claw back in. And PH found the route. There was no way they're going to claw back in. Turned out, both cases were true.
Yeah, I think PH had kind of, when they both ended up at GT together, it was after they had mostly cleared out the rest of their seeds, but I think PH had just kind of been a little bit more efficient in how he got through the seed, especially having that, having the mirror a little bit earlier and kind of getting through some of the more dense location checks. Worked out well for him in the end that he had a couple extra minutes to rule out everything but GT, basically.
Yeah, PH kind of had that early lead. Leaf was earlier to, the Moon Pearl and knowledge of the hammer.
The cane. Yeah, I mean, there were several things that were advantages for Leaf that, didn't necessarily pan out as well. Like the pod big could have been a real, that's something that could have made a difference. The ice palace could have made a difference.
The pot and Easter double dives didn't hurt PH as much as they could have. Just because they didn't really lead to anything other than, Leaf going back and having some lost time in other places because of just how the order of operations happened to shake out.
Yeah, exactly. Got 2 shots in there. Let's see if we can land the last 2 here. Oh. Got one of them.
Oh, that's awkward.
All right.
I've done that. I've done that many times.
Yeah. So that is going to be GG's here for Leaf. And we are joined here by PH, the winner of our race. GG's.
Yo, GG's. Ooh. That was wild.
That was a seed, and you both ran it very well, actually.
Thank you. I was wondering if Leaf was going to... it looks like they also finished without the flippers.
Yeah, basically, it was follow the leader into GT. You guys did the same exact thing into GT. Like, you went to right side, you went up, you got the mitts, you went into pyramid. You had to clear Eastern, but then you went straight for Spike Cave, and then Leaf did the exact same right after you. But they'd already cleared Eastern, so there wasn't any time to really gain or lose. At that point, between both of you. We knew where our last entrance was, and it was just go.
Got it.
And Leaf also
Yo,
in the
Leaf.
voice call. GG.
GGPH.
Thank you so much for the race.
Pleasure as always, Number Man.
You're the best.
Legend has it.
That was really close.
There we go.
I cannot argue with a close cross keys race, especially when you consider the fact that, hey Ruby, do you remember what PH's record was coming out of Swiss in cross keys tourney this year?
I believe he was one of the players that did not have to do the play-in race. Something along the lines of 6-1.
Oh man. Well, apparently the Luck Sack had one last game in it. That was the.
I
It
wouldn't
was
call
6
it a
there
luck
and then
sack, I'd
1
just call
here,
it a
I
good game.
guess.
Humble to the end. Humble all the way. This
Yeah,
guy's
you
a
didn't-
nightmare
you
to
didn't-
play against.
You didn't see it, Leaf.
Well,
It was the
Leaf
luck
as
sack
well.
of the
Leaf-
century. Let me tell you.
No.
Leaf as well. Like this is something I was kind of saying as I was finishing. They are extremely good at Leaf. You are extremely good at cross keys, and this was obviously you, me, Fred, and Ridley I think is a really interesting group, but I don't take anyone for granted. But this was unquestionably one of the ones that I was the most nervous about in terms of the range of outcomes here. It would not shock me at all if you beat me by double-digit minutes in this. It's absolutely.
I wouldn't have been surprised to have had a 20-minute deficit to you either.
Right.
So-
Well, and that's partially cross keys, but I was
That's
saying
cross
like when we played
keys, and we're
80 keys
both-
last time. Sorry, go ahead.
We are both veterans at this mode.
Yeah, that's true. I was just saying when you and I played 80 keys the last time, which I consider one of my strongest modes, you beat me by. I wasn't even close to finished when you were done. It was like 15 minutes.
Was that the inverted 80 keys tourney?
It was, and you smoked me.
Okay. But to be fair, you didn't use a mirror in inverted 80 keys.
You know, I gotta ask you about that actually. The mirror
Sorry,
and
go
you had a few things to say today. Were you yelling at your mirror at all, PH?
Oh yeah, no, I really wanted to. So I was playing a seed earlier, and I was using TJ Maelstrom came out with an amazing X-Men Arcade MSU, and it has like the Scream as the mirror bonk, and so I was just such in a good mood for mirror bonk. So I figured like 6 or 7 would be probably good now too. It's like it's just continuing the theme.
Hey, Amerith, you have an MSU to verify now. No, chat wanted me to ask about the mirror. They also want to know what's going on with your bomb count.
Yeah, that was good. Yes, that was very smart and good. I'm just glad that I remembered that shop was there.
That was good. That was good memory. I was proud of you for that one.
Yeah, Will remembered that one. I'm just like, wait, there's a shop there? Is this an inverted?
Yeah.
What?
I was like, because I dropped the bomb and then I realized I'm out. Oh, not again. It was like 4 times. I was just like, how do I keep doing this to myself?
There was
I don't
the
know
poor
about Leaf,
mushroom
but we're
sitting
done.
there on Zora Ledge, and then you went into pod and didn't pick up either the ones on the way, and then you missed the big key chest bomb floor by a pixel.
Yep. No, it was ideal. Leaf, I did like 7 fake flippers and like 4 were successful, so that's what we're.
I think I did 3, and 3 were successful, so...
There were so many
that's
bombs
not
that were
fair.
drowned.
That's how the water becomes blue, you know.
Okay.
Leaf, got a question for you. This one's coming from me, but chat wants to remind me to ask you this. The red bomb more important than TR?
I don't know why I forgot TR.
Okay. I'll accept that.
Call it scatterbrain.
I'll accept that. I mean, Leaf's favorite dungeon is Mire, and they once left it at the Bonk Rocks behind Leak's house for like 90 minutes.
Oh
We've all been there.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. You just space an entrance, and you look back at your tracker and go, "Oh, well, why didn't I do that?" You know.
It didn't even occur to me that I hadn't done those checks until I went into front TR from finding the connector, the upgrade island.
Okay.
And I was like, wait a second.
Oh yeah.
How? I looked at my tracker and said, I have 3 of 9. How do I have 3 of 9? Oh, well, bleep.
Yeah, this was definitely a well bleep kind of seed in a few different spots.
What are you talking about? You guys get to sub to a seed. I don't remember the last time I subbed to a cross key. So pat yourselves on the back.
Yeah, I mean, not having to touch swamp, not even having the choice is kind of nice. I was just waiting for the flippers to show up and be like, oh,
They're
all
somewhere.
right, well, nice.
They're probably in Mire.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I said. And Will's
either
picking
in
on me
Mire
for
or
wanting to go into swamp.
They're either in Mire or on Smith Chain, and for the record, they can stay there.
Yes, agreed.
Yes. Okay, so this was your pick, PH, if I recall correctly.
This was Leaf's
No,
pick.
this was mine.
Oh, this was your pick, Leaf, right? Because you deferred the veto and picked this into PH, but you also vetoed, the mode that we're all tired of seeing and playing, Casual Boots. Cough.
The mode that Ruby knocked me out in, that mode.
Shush! I'm not here to blow a horn or no. The ice rod knocked you out. I blame the ice rod. I still wish I'd lost that game.
You won your. I was very happy to race you, and the outcome was immaterial, just like today.
I will be happy to play you anytime. Anytime, my friend.
I mean, yes, always a pleasure. It is always a pleasure to race PH. He is a gentleman. He is a fantastic player, and I am proud to call him my friend.
Oh, absolutely. I said the same as right back to you, Leaf. But flattery will get you everywhere. I'm blushing.
Oh. You know who else I haven't had the pleasure of racing, and I would love to one of these days? Hey, Will.
WC.
What? I'm
I think I just woke him up.
It is late.
Thank you, Will, for staying up late to call this disaster. I'm gonna go with disaster.
No. I've watched some disasters in this tourney. This was not one of them.
You remember, there's a disaster that Daysnack wants us to play, Leaf. This is nowhere near that, from what I can tell.
I am scared for my next cross keys race in this tourney, though, because
Is it Fred?
There's a history of Fred ending up in terrible, terrible, terrible scenes.
Oh no!
The last time I raced Fred in it was league, but in a tournament style race was we had a good old something required on Magic Bat behind Lumberjack seed.
Oh no!
So just gonna go ahead and throw that out there for you.
I don't want to spoil. Go ahead, Leaf.
Like I said, I'm scared because Fred has a history. I'm not scared of racing Fred. It's gonna be fun. I'm just scared of what seed's gonna happen when you put Fred and I in the same room. Oh,
the seed was wonderful. We had Fred and I in a Cross Keys League race where he pulls a big key behind a stolen Desert Small. And then Desert's a crystal, and the Desert Small is on Lumberjack behind Lumberjack. Oh, actually, no, it's behind GT. It was in either Lumberjack or Thieves Drop behind GT. And it was, oh no, it was Lumberjack Drop behind GT, if I recall correctly. So it ends up, you steal it, and you feel like a genius, and you still need the key, and...
You don't feel like a genius anymore.
No. And that's one of those where, this is why I don't steal the Desert Small key anymore.
You too?
You guys put on a great show. It was really... It felt like there was always a player that had some kind of advantage and always this back and forth kind of thing going on until we got to that late stage where you're both running to GT with pretty much almost the same amount of information.
Yeah, I think that was by the time we got to there's not a right, like Leaf was saying, there's only a couple of things left really in the world. And without the mitts, you don't really have a whole lot more to do. So I think at that point, it's pretty like it felt pretty clear to me that the most likely thing was go find your mitts somewhere, or possibly find your flippers to go find your mitts in hopefully swamp, but not under the bridge of it, and available to Jolo 30 seconds in.
I was gonna say if it was under the bridge, Joel would have absolutely pulverized both of us. Because hey, guess what's still green on my, or excuse me, guess what's still red on my tracker?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Same.
to be fair, Spike Cave and its location should also still be red on both of your trackers, but wouldn't you know it's your go mode?
Yeah. You can disrespect logic when you make the right call. That's fine.
I'm sure.
Yeah, we disrespected logic, but we're doing so smartly. And it's more of the reason we did Spike Cave when we did is because, frankly, we didn't want to have to go back there, right, PH?
Yeah, I mean, it's at that point. I don't know about you.
You could have just found the flute.
You know, Coin Chaser did say in chat once we were getting towards the end point there, he said, wait, a seed without the flute? What a mean seed.
Well, yeah, with it was less bad than it could have been because of the sank start, but it was still kind of awkward. There was a lot of awkward traversal, especially the east, the stuff on the east of the map was kind of awkward to get back to.
Anything involving before finding the glove.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was it was very, very bad. Traversal.
No, not having the glove made the traversal really rough in this seed.
Yeah.
Once you got the glove, it became a little better.
Yeah, it was just kind of
just
a.
because
it was
we could actually get to the dark world.
Yeah, it just felt kind of awkward, just in general. It was sort of like, I feel like I have some stuff to do, but I'm not really happy about most of it. All right, whatever. Just go do something. A couple times
That's
it was
the
like
random experience, though.
Yeah, like that pod trip. There were like beating Skull and then the pod trip were literally just. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, and I need like 5 minutes to decide. So I'm gonna go do something else in the middle.
Was there anything good on Green Pendant? Because I didn't get
No.
to do Skull. I didn't feel like doing Moth with like 4-heart Master Sword.
Oh yeah, no. I got there. It was like I had, I think maybe I had Hammer. I had like half Magic Master Sword, like 7 hearts or something.
I mean, the big point was you didn't have 4 hearts green mail.
Oh yeah,
which is what Leaf had going in.
Yeah, I think I would have been
because
a lot more
I skipped that first armor until after I had the mirror and was back in that area again later.
Oh yeah, I cowered. I grabbed it. I am 100% coward.
I value my Death Warp speed too much.
Makes sense.
And Death Warping is an important part of cross keys, so please stop putting your mirror scroll in it.
I still feel like you should pick it up at 3 hearts, but that's just me.
Well, that's because you didn't have the mirror in under a minute.
Yeah, because PH goes straight from Hyrule, from the Link's house spawn, and just pulls the mirror.
So PH did what I normally do.
Yeah. I was surprised you didn't Houlihan, friend.
It felt like I needed to have that time against PH, so I cut it out of my route.
I can respect that.
PH is a very strong opponent, so I cut a couple of corners in my normal openers.
I mean, I did. So to be candid, I started at Link's house. I normally don't, largely to try and throw a little bit because I think Leaf, I trust has. They're very good at keeping track of a lot of the different players, and I wanted to kind of change things up. So I was actually a huge. Again, like Luxac, because I got that mirror, like you said, like 30 seconds in. I normally would have been very late to it.
You say that I keep good track of players, and I do, but here's the thing. I don't metagame against them outside of I need to cut a couple of corners here for my execution deficit. But I don't actually change my routes too much based on my opponent. I'd rather they get the experience of playing me as I am.
Yeah, no, and honestly, that's smart because usually if I try to do something like that, it ends up just hurting. It's just in this one specific instance, it worked out really fortunately, and considering how close it was, like that legitimately, just randomly might have ended up being a gift that made the difference because it definitely helped having it that early. I was pushing really aggressively to try and like find Dark World access wherever I could, like getting that connector made.
Getting to that hammer was priority number 7.
Yeah.
And by 7 I mean 1.
So how about that Fairy Ascension you both took?
That was beautiful.
That was pretty good.
Show up basically next
I
door to
know-
where you walked in.
I know that it's usually a thing to just mark it off tracker, but that one was so beautiful, I still had to put the connector line on it.
That's good. You
Actually,
never know when it
for the
comes in
record, I
handy.
don't actually, for the record, I don't actually keep. I actually put all my connector lines because I tend to try to keep count.
Interesting. That's actually smart. Yeah, I usually knock off the ones that I'm not going to use, but then I have like I'll try and remember what I've seen, but sometimes it's like the goldfish is just swimming around, and eventually something happens.
The answer to this is we saw everything.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, everything except the flippers. So you didn't see my favorite dungeon, and I'm over here crying now.
But we saw every entrance in the game.
I'm sorry, Ruby.
I'm just messing.
I picked up your arrow. Be happy.
Yeah, what about that now? Where's my arrow, PH?
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I also
I'm
did the
sorry.
very important thing, and I made sure to pick up my mirror shield.
All right.
Okay. I did skip the shield. I grabbed the bug net though. That I felt somewhat impelled.
I had, if it were in fact I had the mirror for the entrances, I would have probably grabbed it. But I need to go up and get the entrances still.
Actually, he picked it up on his way out because he hadn't been to pod yet. You did pod first. You did that with the big red bomb, which I thought was brilliant, actually.
And hey, PH, we can both be glad. Early boots.
Yes, that was honestly really, really, really nice for this. Bless.
For all my love, I may say I love cross keys as is, but I will not complain about being handed the A button.
Oh yeah.
Boots that you're not gonna skip, no matter how hard you try.
Especially with the flute being, who knows.
What flute?
Exactly.
Nice flute.
It's in purple chest.
Probably. It's Gray's flute then, right?
True.
It's Gray's mirror, actually.
Grace Mirror's if it's on Smith.
Oh, same difference. I mean, it's the same chain. Smith could be anywhere, though. That could actually make it gnarly.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what can we expect? Because that was a fun
what can I
cross
expect?
keys.
Yeah,
What do you wanna play with me?
we'll have to schedule game 2 when it works. I think Leaf and I both tend to play pretty late in the evening, so it'll probably be another similar DGen hours. This is actually early for us, I think.
I mean,
if I turn around and ask Leaf to play something, they'll probably say yes.
Yeah.
let's be completely fair, PH. We may have scheduled at 11:30 Eastern, but that's like 9:30 my time. That's like prime time.
Right, exactly. This
And
is
it's just after dinner your time.
yeah, literally.
You literally have to be rescheduled because of dinner.
Yeah, my apologies.
No, don't apologize. It's funny.
But I'll probably. So I think we'll probably be doing Kabuki.
Heck
and we'll
yeah.
we'll find a time. It's gonna be great. I love this group, so this should be super fun.
This
I'm
group
looking
is
forward to
great.
it.
Well,
Okay.
folks, you heard it here first. It's not on the schedule yet, but expect Kabuki to hit the schedule between Leaf and PH later on this week.
I can't say I'm surprised, PH, given how much I know you would absolutely love 80 keys.
I do, and I let's just say after I think the Fred PH tile swap experience probably that I don't know that I need another one
Might
immediately.
be coloring it.
Slightly.
Well, regardless, unfortunately, we can't invert it to call back to that turning, right?
I mean, dude, I'm happy to make a request to the admins.
I don't think it would work. Also, let's be honest. How would inverted Kabuki work?
I don't even know. Oh, that's
I have no idea.
all right. I'm sure we'll put muffins
All right.
on it. I'm sure you can figure
All
something
right,
out.
Muffins. We need a plandoed tile swap where everything is in. Where
Can't y'all
like
just wait till this gets announced for the 2026 tourney?
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, that we're just getting in front of the 2026 tournament announcement. They were
You're
going to do.
Don't steal their good ideas.
We have absolutely.
I was just going to suggest
snaked it out
we
from
need
under
a
them. Very
we need
rude of
a
us.
tile swap map that is plandoed to be all of the map tiles in their normal spots except the Hyrule Castle and
Yes.
Link's house tiles are swapped.
Who's that
standard-
ever
Everything
gonna
else is
do
vanilla.
it?
Sorry.
That makes
Link's up.
sense. That could work.
Link's house has the boots. Uncle has the sword, and then we make an agreement to just full clear Hyrule Castle first.
See, now what you have to do is you need to turn in Verosia, where the one time you walk out of Link's house, you walk out of... I don't know. You gotta figure out how to
Pretty sure
make
you
the
this
castle work.
standard.
Could. Standard, and then you get pushed out of Dark Chapel?
Well, I'm saying,
But then-
you just tile swap. You just use the tile swap settings. You have Link's house and the Hyrule Castle tile, and thus the Linked Tank tile, and have them all be in the Light World, and then have all the Dark World be in the Light World. Otherwise,
My head hurts.
All right.
Good.
While y'all
I think
figure
on that- I
the
think on that
logic out
note,
for this new mode, I'm gonna go to bed.
We're gonna say thank you to Will for joining me on
yeah.
comms.
Thank you, Will.
Before
Thank
we
you.
forget
Ruby,
that
Will,
Will was
thank you
here the
both so much.
entire time.
This was great.
I'm not going to bed. What are you thinking? I'm off tomorrow. I'm gonna play some rando or something.
Well, then I know who I'm rating.
Salty
Oh.
run back.
I mean, not Kroskeys.
Yeah, I'm good on
Unless-
Kroskeys. No,
I didn't think so.
That's fair.
What? I'm gonna take a couple of days off of Kroskeys. I've got tile swap on Tuesday, so
Good luck.
hopefully it's better than yours.
I hope so too.
But thank you, Ruby and Will, for doing commentary. Thank you to Muffins Tracker for tracking for us.
Thank you, SG and the league. The league. Oh my god, I'm going forward or backwards in time. I'm not sure.
Thank
which one.
them too. Well, all right.
Yeah, but thank them too. But also thank you to the main team finally getting. I say finally. We're still in the first. This is the end of the first week, the start of the second. We have a trackerless layout. Huzzah! So if we don't have a tracker, or it's a mode where you might want more than one tracker and there's no one available, or it's late at night, we can still put this on for you guys.
We can get trackers on races that involve myself, PH, or Fred.
All right. Really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Leaf, good luck the rest of your matches, and
Thank you.
I appreciate everybody. I hope everyone has an amazing evening.
Same. Night, everybody.
See you next mission.
Bye.